We are taught to be in the need state. From a very young age, and they know whatever it is in life, when it gets to a needing stage, meaning it's no longer an option, that means you need it. It's automatically a release of all the toxins that we do not need in our body, that would be produced due to stress, overwhelming and such. Because we were not created to need. We are created with what we need. We are whole. We do not need anything to make us whole. You see? So if I'm created whole, then life, or my relationship to life, should be wanting. I probably used this example for another team, but it looks like I'm about to use the same example, but for a different reason now. Looking at creation, right? If you take the time to observe, that is, right? On a daily basis. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go to the jungle or whatever to see God's creation. There's enough flower, enough animals, enough plants, wherever state you live, for you to see throughout the day. You will see a flower throughout your day, unless you're inside your house, right? You will see a plant, you will see an animal, even if you live in fucking New York City, right? So then looking at all these creations by God, right? Because, all living things, only God create them. There was a time, I talk about this on my first book, right? I was outside recording in the morning, having my coffee, in, beautiful weather in Las Vegas. And I felt a pinch, right? It was very painful. But when I looked to see what it was on my arm, I couldn't even see it. For one, it's too tiny. It's like very, 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 very tiny. And then the color is also like some, like it was a kind of, it matched my balcony, like this creamy yellowish type of color. I don't know what you call that. Right? I just blew air on it and it went away. But, got me thinking at that time, why are they, what is the purpose of creation? Like, what is its purpose? What is this thing's purpose that pinched me so hard you can't even see it? I need a microscope to see it. It was that tiny. It's tinier than like a fucking dot, bro. Literally, that's how I can explain how I can emphasize how small that thing was. And it was kind of white, like, not white, like this off-white. What's my balcony color? Off-white? Beige? Anyways. Yeah, that's what it looked like. But right now I'm thinking, at that time I used this example, for that purpose. Like, what's the purpose of creation? And only man can think, and it got me thinking, maybe they know their purpose. Maybe it's us that don't know our purpose. I don't speak language of animals, so I can't understand them. But they seem to be free. I don't see them being stressed like human beings. But right now I'm thinking, right, with the same example, but for a different concept, meaning being what was I talking about? How did I connect it? There goes Jadina's moment. There goes the brain, babes. But I've been noticing that, and it's so funny that actually I thought, because I do that there was no way that I can have a podcast or like share my insights. I thought I could only write them, but I found out from Janita it's actually beautiful when you pause and you stop, you get lost, right? That's what a human brain is. But right now, it just dawned to me that we were taught to need, right? So whatever it is in life, yes, there you go. This is the point that I see. It comes to me. It comes to you. Let me just turn off this TV. So there are things that you see. There are living things, meaning created by the same creator as you, right? So, including the example I gave, right? Then what's the purpose? Like, why do you think God created it? Like, the flower that you see in every season, it's very, very low on the ground that you can even step on it if you don't pay attention. But it's still there, beautifully giving you color, purple, white, yellow, like these beautiful, I live in a desert now, so it's like I'm obsessed with wildflowers. I've come to understand life on another deeper layer, right? It's like one more deeper layer, basically. Like, that's what it does for you. It helps you connecting with everything outside of human beings. Of course, you need to connect with human beings too, but you have to first have a relationship with life to have a healthy relationship with human beings. But anyways, the point I'm making is that we are taught to need or to live in the needing state because that's the only way we can be controlled by. Because, see, the people that, I don't know, made the rules, I'm sure they did it for a good purpose back then, but it's not helping us now to evolve as a whole, because individual evolution is not happening. Where how is it going they're blocking it, literally. I mean, think about it, where we're at right now, how far ahead we are with technology, but do you see any fucking new invention? No. Like, I don't know why people make a big deal about Tesla. Like, we can drive cars ourselves. Like, we don't need that shit. We don't need a car that drives itself. It's not a need. It's not important. So unnecessary. So fucking unnecessary. But we're still recreating something that was invented like ages ago. Why is that? Because back then people had the freedom. Educational system was not the same like the way it is right now. Like, they shaped a whole human being life how to be, that they fucking ruined everything. Like, they basically shaped how a human being should be. Like, zero starts from zero age. All right, where you're gonna spend everything is like literally laid out for you. All right, your mommy's gonna be working, so she's gonna be leaving you with a babysitter. All right, so we already know you're only gonna get like a certain amount of love. Definitely not as much, not the amount of love and affection that you need. All right, by the time she gets off work, she's tired, she'll bathe you, she'll, of course, yeah, she'll play around with you, but energy's off, right? You can't lie to a baby. They pick up everything, and then they grow up, and then they know as soon as like you turn 3, you already have enough damage, will accept you in the educational system. Now you are learned to be powerless, to be weak, to sit still, to be bored, to be okay being told what to do. You teach that to a 4-year-old, of course he's going to be a 44-year-old that's going to be clocking in, clocking out, and doing the same thing to his children that was done to him. Why? Because we're not looking at these things as fucking abuse. We're not looking at these things as being wrong. We're not looking at life itself. The way we are living is wrong. Like, literally. This LA fire, it's going to continue. Mother Nature is literally speaking to us. And it's not going to look good. Because we are hurting planet Earth. Because we are hurting ourselves. How can we help one another when we are literally blocked from our own intuition? That's the reason for our living. That's the reason for our purpose. That's the reasoning for our why. That's going to keep us going. Knowing your connection, that passion, that intuition that comes to you naturally, and you can only get acquainted with it at a young age because it's so visible, so loud when you're a baby, when you're young, when you're a kid. That is the connection that is being cut cord. That's the cord that's being cut. And that's when the separation happens between man and God. And it's like, look at us. We still have hungry people. There are still people that are hungry in 2025. Like, what the fuck? But here we are trying to grow food on on Mars. Really? First, fucking take care of Earth. What makes you think you're gonna go to Mars and live? Sometimes I feel like Mother Nature itself is gonna fucking wash up everything on it, and it's gonna be a new everything. 2020 happened. People walking around like nothing happened. It's gone. It's like done. No, it was just a pandemic. Well, it happened before. We need to wake up. This is a wake-up call for humanity. Life is not something to play with. Life is not something that you take for granted. Waking up in the morning means a lot. A lot. You have no idea how many eggs you fought to make it into the womb and to be created for. And you think God is a joke like you? He's gonna take his time to create you for 9 months and you're just nothing? No, I've never seen any creation of God that's a fucking waste. Anyway, so the point is that we are constantly living from this need state, right? And like I said, all the body that would produce, all the things that the human body will produce, right? When you are needing something, that's already one. And two, by the time you get it, after needing it, you're not going to enjoy it. So what does that do? What is that doing to you? That's like literally killing your relationship with life more and more. So you could just become like this animal that's going to be living through muscle memory. And you're just going to be a yes sir and a yes ma'am. Like you're just going to be another worker or another slave, basically, by choice this time, because it's the slavery is in the mind. Because the way I look at it is like now that I'm understanding my manifestation powers, is like if I was taught that at a young age, if you tell a kid, 5-year-old, you can have anything, that's it. Like you explain the law of attraction for him. Oh, right? You're gonna see his wants decreasing. Why? Because there's a sense of power. When you have this sense of knowing that I can have and do and be whatever I want, that's power itself. You're not gonna want everything because you are going to have a style. A style is not just in clothing. It's not just in fashion. Yes, the way you dress it's a language, right? You have your own style, but you have your own style of the way you think. You have your own style of the way being. You are created with a style. That's how God created you. The way you look, the way your voice, the way you sound, everything was created by this magnificent power. So why are we not treating ourselves as that? Because we were taught otherwise. So everyone is living from a need to say, I need to pay the bills, I need to go to work, I need this always, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like even like if you take your time and listen to yourself, from the moment you wake up, that's how you're doing it. I need to do this, I need to brush my teeth. And words have power. They carry emotions. It's not I need to go brush my teeth. I want to brush my teeth. I love brushing my teeth. What is the last time that you enjoyed brushing your teeth? I'd be dancing. Until this day, it's been over 10 years since I discovered Oral-B electrical toothbrush. Electric toothbrush, right? Every single morning, every time. Every morning and night or throughout the day. If I'm at home, right? Like every time I brush my teeth, I love how light the brush is, how easy it's making, how clean it's making it, and how it's not hurting my gum. I like how smooth the brush is and it goes in like where I need. Like I appreciate every time I drive a car. I'm the same way. I still feel like I'm just brand new. I appreciate it. It's not more like, oh, but it's more like appreciation in everything that I'm doing. I want to brush my teeth because I know what it does for me. I appreciate the paste, how good it tastes. It's not horrible. It could be, right? But the mind that thought about that, that's God, right? God thinking through man's head. Through man. All the good creations that were created by a human being were a direct inspiration of God, giving us what we need. But right now, we're not allowing this creative power to work through us. So it's like, all right, Earth, it's either like clean up, everything that's on Earth, and let's restart again, or like, right? Because we're not waking up. What else? What do you think is gonna happen? This is just a warning. Because we need to understand, we share energy the same way we share the air. Doesn't matter if you're, like you drive by your Rolls Royce and the homeless was just sitting there. You just exchange the same breath at the red light. Whether you like it or not. That's why we're not supposed to be greedy. Greed hurts us. If you have it, you're supposed to give, and there are more than enough people in the world that have more than enough money, but they don't share it. They don't sit and come up with creative idea. You know what? How can we help the youth? How can we help people, sell their ideas? Because my idea is not just for me. It's actually for the betterment of others, because we are here to serve one another. I'll never forget reading 7 Spiritual Law, or the 7, I think it's the 7, is it Agreements? If I'm not mistaken, by Deepak Chopra. At the end, it said that one thing you can take on from this book is that looking at your biology, your body, your organs itself tells you that we are here to help one another, to serve one another. Every organ in the human body is helping. The moment something happened, you see how much they're like trying to get, your attention. How much the organs help one another to let us know that there's something is wrong. And that we are here to serve one another. What you need is in me. What I need is in others. And yeah, I believe the problem is that we are in a needing state all the time because we do not know that we are powerful enough to have what we want. How can you tell a person that's always been in a survival mode that he's free? It's going to take him time. Even if you put him in that palace, right? He might even drive himself crazy. He's going to be schizophrenic. So that's why, we have to appreciate this gap between where you're at and where you're going. Because if it's like this drastic microwave, success that we need, we do everything. Like, if that's what we want with our manifestations, we're not going to be ready. It's like, why would I want to go somewhere that I'm not ready to represent God? Like, why would God give me something that I know that he knows that I won't be taking care of, that I won't take care of it? The only thing that you need to know is, like, if you have interest, that's God talking to you. It's not even an if. You do have interest. You just forgotten it. But, so, if we have this deep understanding of our power and I can have whatever I want, we're not going to want anything. We're not going to want anything that doesn't benefit us. Because it's just like, yeah, I can have this. Like, you don't see a rich person going to a shoe store and buying everything. It's like, whatever, right? Because he knows next season is going to be something else. He's been through a lot of shoes, right? It's like, it's just not a big deal. it's actually the people that think that they're empty inside, that they think they don't have enough, that wants to accumulate shit. Because we're always needing. And it's like when you are on a needing, when you practice that emotion, it also helps not to have enough, right? So not only you're gonna be in a needing state, you're never gonna have enough. You're never gonna feel like you have enough, because you're not enjoying the arrival of this thing that you've been needing. But when it's on a wanting level, oh yeah, you know what, that would be nice. Okay, leave it alone. That's it to the universe. All right. And when it shows up, it's like, oh, right? Like, it feels so good. But most of the time, we're not even ready for the things that we say we want. Let me give you this funny example, right? This isn't my first time, talking about this subject or having a contemplation. But a funny example, earlier, this week or last week, I decided to smoke, and I bought an eighth, and I just finished it yesterday, right? So this morning I was like, do I want to smoke? I can see the difference, my face, how I feel old. I'm old, within just a week, right? My face was just fucking, what do you call it? It was, what is it? My blood, it wasn't circulating. It was just oh my God. Brain fart. My face was fat. I can't think of the word that I'm supposed to be using instead of fat. Okay, sorry, never mind. But I was still but I want to smoke. It's but I'm looking at myself in the mirror. It's can you believe it? What the fuck? I aged. I look what? Oh my God. I'm having this conversation and, going about my day. I'm having, I was in the mood for a spring cleaning. I did that, but halfway I got tired and I was like, ugh, fuck it, right? And I was like, I'm going to go pee, right? And I found out that I'm on my period. It's what? Right? I guess it changed the day. It's coming early of the month now. Happy New Year. But then I was like, everything that I wanted to do, I no longer wanted to do. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to watch a movie. I cleaned up my bathroom anyways. That's the main thing I wanted. I washed my carpets and everything, right? But I was doing the most. I was cleaning up the doors and the walls and everything, right? If you live in Vegas, everything is white. So that was my plan for the day. But I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. So I'm laying down and I'm like, oh God, maybe it would be very nice to smoke. So I was like, all right, let's see if my card is here. I'm waiting for my debit card to come and I don't have enough cash on me. So I was like, you know what, let's walk. So I decided to walk to the mail box. It's by the entrance of our gate. So I'm like, okay, I'm walking, right? And this guy come in front of me, he's smoking and he was coughing. So I saw that he was coughing and he was about to walk by me. I kind of when I was just about to cover up my face, he's like, you smoke weed? And I laughed and I put that on my face. He's like, ah. She said, hell no. And he just walked away. And then I just froze for a second. I was like, wait. Was that my manifestation? Because this nigga could have had some to sell for me, with the amount of cash that I have. You know what I mean? Weed is not expensive in Vegas. It's just a matter of whatever. But I was just like, fuck. I was just saying, I just need a fucking hit, right? I'm like, you see, how ready we're not? I could have had, a nice, puff with a stranger. But I was like, we can't do that, especially with a stranger, especially after COVID, right? But anyways, that was funny to me. I came back and I was like, wait a minute. Did I just slip my manifestation by? And I'm like, yeah, you kind of did. But you see, I wasn't angry. I was laughing because, oh my gosh, is this really am I really witnessing my 4D and 3D connecting? What? Right? And then, of course, I was irritated for a while. I'm like, fuck. I wanted to go back and look for him, but no. But this is how life is. Most of our life, we were taught to pray the wrong way, and once upon a time, our prayer come true. We don't even see it. That's how we pass on good people in our lives and opportunities, because we self-sabotage, because we've been trained to be that way, So we are waking up now. Things are making sense. Dots are connecting themselves, right? We're living in a generation of information, so it's really time for us to think. And like the educational system, if you ask me, it's fucking outdated. Like we really need to rearrange a whole bunch of shit, because pretty much 90% of what we are being taught in the school needs to like fucking get burned or whatever, especially these American and US histories and shit like that. Like get the fuck out of here, especially in America. But the time needs to be changed, right? Where kids are go to school, like it just a lot of shit needs to be changed. Like we need to have meditation as a subject. We need to have creative thoughts as a subject. We need to have interested class as a subject. What are you interested in? We're supposed to figure this out before high school, before fucking middle school. If you ask me, middle school is too far away. We should be considered as adults at fucking middle school for doing what we want to do. We are very smart. We're treating ourselves as dumb. You're a kid until you're 18 years old. Oh, but when you're 18, you can go for a war. When you come back, you can't even buy a beer. Do you see how fucking discombobulated the rules are? Why? Okay, it served a purpose when it was created. I'm team rules, because I feel like rules come from seeing a mistake, right? So we won't make the same mistake again. But some things needs to be renewed. And that means opening up human minds. That means helping one another, the children especially. It's all about helping the childhood stage. And all of us have responsibility to cultivate that new norm that we need to give birth to. Because if that's not it, the more stress we are carrying on our shoulder, the stronger that energy is. And that is a dark energy. What do you think is going to do? Where do you think it goes? We are responsible for Earth. Earth is our home for however long we are here for. And that is our responsibility. Our number one responsibility in life is to live, to stay alive. But you can only stay alive when you are happy. Oh my God, my ear is ringing like crazy. We say, oh, well, when you're a child, when you're a child, why do you think that is? Because a child has a better connection. You're connected. That's why they're genuinely happy. They're living the same life that you're living. They're eating what you're eating. But don't look down on children just because in the name of responsibility, they do have responsibility. We have responsibilities for every age. And that's what we need to delicately treat. Every age. We make children feel dumb when they're middle school. It's like they accept it. I was like, no one expects anything from me. Oh, I'm not supposed to think that. I'm supposed to be da-da-da-da. So like ignore all the questions within and everything. Do you know how many billionaires we would have if we changed the educational system and children like meditate throughout the day? Since kindergarten, they learn to meditate. First of all, I don't even think doctors would exist. I don't even think hospitals would exist unless it's a fucking surgery. But we don't even need it by then. If your organs or your organs are created to heal themselves. If we are what we think about, if we become what we eat, okay, right? You would have a better choice of what you eat, right? It won't be like an obligation. It will be like a way of living, right? It's not like a struggle to choose between the pop and the water. It would be like, oh, what is a pop? Why do sodas exist anyway? Right? All these things, I look at them, it's full of pleasure. I get it. The junk food is like, oh, it brings you a moment of happiness. Oh yeah, it makes you feel good. I get it. But do you see it helping you? First of all, we're not here to experience that much of feeling good. That much pleasure. That's why we're always like high or low. Because we go for the extreme pleasure, and when that is no longer available, we go to the extreme pain. We have not learned to live in the in-between, and the in-between is where we spend the majority of our time. Because everything has a process. That's the rule of life. It needs time to grow. Everything needs time. But if we cannot accept and understand and know life rules like that, you're not going to be able to respect life and process the timing. Or even have the patience to learn to manifest. So everyone is going to choose to be a reactor in their own movies instead of playing the main character.